Hey mama, does the thought of leaving your baby at daycare, does it just terrify you? Well, mama, you're not alone. 90% of new moms and returning moms who've had a new baby and had to get reacquainted with the daycare process all over again report being terrified, a little nervous, and a little apprehensive about enrolling their child in daycare. So here are 5 tips to calm mom daycare anxiety. If you're feeling the anxiety, if you're feeling the nerves, if you're feeling just a little stressed out about enrolling your child in daycare and choosing the right daycare, the best daycare for your little one, here are the tips that will help calm your daycare anxiety, that will make you feel self-assured and confident, and will ensure that your child is enrolled in a daycare that will enable them to learn, thrive, and grow. But before we get into the 5 tips, if you're new here, welcome to the Nervous Mamas Daycare Podcast. I am your host, Candace Denise, and I am a daycare provider of 14 plus years. And I love helping moms find good daycares for their children by giving behind the scenes daycare information. As a provider of 14 plus years, I've seen everything, I've heard everything, and I know exactly what moms need to look for when they're evaluating daycares, when they're touring daycares, when they're looking for the best daycare for their child. So I created this podcast to give tips, and today we're talking all about decreasing mom anxiety and increasing mom daycare confidence. So let's jump right into these 5 tips. First, know you are not alone. Do not beat yourself up over your feelings. Your feelings, your nervousness about enrolling your little one in daycare, they are 100% normal and they're 100% valid. Your nervousness about enrolling your baby at daycare are not signs that something is wrong. It's signs that something is absolutely right. You love your child deeply. You're a good mom who wants the best daycare for your child, and you want to make sure you are leaving your little one in the best possible hands possible. And those feelings are not only 100% valid, they are 100% okay. So the first step in kind of easing your daycare anxiety, easing maybe the stress, the anxiety that you feel about enrolling your child in daycare, is to not beat yourself up over your feelings. Know they are 100% normal and 100% valid. Number 2, the second thing you want to do, put yourself in the driver's seat of all your child's daycare decisions. When you feel in control, mama, the fear and anxiety you have about enrolling your child in daycare, it will diminish. Think about what type of daycare you want for your child. What type of learning environment do you want for your little one? Are you looking for a home daycare or a center, a small daycare environment, or a large, busy, bustling daycare environment where your child can make lots of new friends? Are you looking for a learning-based curriculum or self-directed play curriculum? Thinking about the type of daycare you want for your child, it will help you not only make the right decision, it'll help you clarify what you're looking for, but also decrease your daycare nerves because you're putting yourself in control. You're putting yourself in the driver's seat of all your child's daycare decisions. And there's nothing that it decreases stress. There's nothing that decreases anxiety than knowing that you are in control. You are in control of the daycare your child attends. You are in control of what daycare environment you feel is best for your child. And you are in control with finding the best daycare for your child. Having that control, knowing you are in control, putting yourself in the driver's seat, it will greatly reduce your daycare anxiety. The third thing you want to do, number 3, is you want to consider your financial budget. Contrary to popular belief, you don't want to enroll your child in a daycare where daycare costs will literally eat you out of house and home. Before looking at daycares, look at your family's financial budget. Consider how much you can realistically afford to set aside each week, each month, each year for daycare expenses, and go into every daycare tour with that ballpark range in mind. Considering your financial budget, it will ease a lot of daycare anxiety and stress because you'll know exactly what type of care you're looking for, as well as the price range you're looking for. Anything that is too high outside of the ballpark price range that you're looking for, that can automatically be counted out. Any daycare that is too far below can automatically be counted out. And you have a comfortable price range where you know this is what I can afford, this is what I'm looking for, and you have the confidence to know that yes, I will get exactly what I'm looking for in my price range because I already have a budget and I already have a daycare in mind, the type I think is the best for my child. The fourth thing you want to do, and this is the fun part, is you want to research 3 to 5 daycares in your area, and you want to make an appointment to visit all 3 to 5 daycares. Giving yourself the gift of daycare choice will reduce your daycare anxiety because you're consistently putting yourself in the driver's seat of all major daycare decisions. Life is not just happening to you. Daycare enrollment is not just happening to you. You're putting yourself in the driver's seat. You're in control and you're making decisions that are best for your family. Visiting 3 to 5 daycares gives you enough daycares to realistically see what's available in your area, what type of daycare environment you really think your child will learn, grow, and thrive in. And it gives you a firsthand experience of what your child's daycare day will be. Don't limit your daycare search to 1 or 2 daycares. At least go to 3, and if you can, go to 5. Visiting multiple daycares will give you the assurance, once you make your final decision, that you have placed your child in the right daycare for their age and stage, as well as their development. The fifth thing you want to do to reduce your daycare anxiety is you want to promise yourself to not wage war against daycare. Now, that might make you laugh. It might make you think, you know what? She's right. I'm waging war against daycare. I don't like daycare. I'm dreading the day I have to enroll my child in daycare. Promise yourself that you will not wage war on daycare. Daycare as an industry as a whole is great. And daycare will provide your child with so many wonderful social interactions, peer-to-peer interactions, as well as learning prep for school. With daycare, the amount of loving adults in your child's life is expanding. It's not decreasing. When you consider what type of daycare environment you really want for your child, you consider your financial budget, you go to 3 to 5 daycares in your area. Once you make the right choice, know that your child has even more adults in their life to care for them, to encourage them, to teach them, and to guide them. While no one can replace you as their mom, daycare will be a great place to be while you are at work. So the fifth thing to reduce your anxiety is to promise yourself, no matter how much you may not like enrolling your child in daycare, no matter how much you might be dreading it, it's just don't wage war on daycare. Don't make daycare be the big bad wolf in your story. Have an open mind and choose the right daycare for your child. So if you are listening to this episode and you're like, all these points hit home. It's time for me to start thinking about daycare. It's time for me to enroll my child in daycare, my little one, my baby, my toddler, my preschooler, and I'm having anxiety. Here are the 5 things you want to do. First, you want to realize your feelings are 100% normal and 100% valid. Don't beat yourself up over your feelings. All they show is that you are a good mom. You are a loving mom who cares about her child. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure to put yourself in the driver's seat. Life isn't happening to you. Daycare isn't happening to you. You are in control. You are going to choose the best daycare for your child. Think about the type of daycare environment you want for your child. Make a list and go from there. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to consider your financial budget. Thinking about how much money you can set aside for daycare tuition will greatly reduce your daycare anxiety. The fourth thing is to research multiple daycares, 3 to 5, in your area and visit all 3 to 5 daycares. Giving yourself the gift of daycare choice will reduce daycare anxiety. The fifth thing, and we went over this extensively, is you don't want to wage war on daycare. You don't want daycare to be the big bad wolf. You want to embrace daycare, the positive aspects of daycare, and look at your child's daycare enrollment with an open mind. If you do these 5 things, I promise, Mama, the daycare anxiety, it will go down. I promise the daycare stress will go down. I promise maybe even a little bit of the daycare apprehension will go down because you have a plan in place. You are a wonderful mom who cares deeply about her little one. You are a wonderful mom who cares deeply about her child. You are a wonderful mom who has really taken the daycare decision to enroll your child in daycare. You're taking it seriously, and that is something to be commended. But here are the 5 ways, as we went over in this episode, to reduce your daycare stress and reduce your anxiety. If you love podcasts like this that really hit home and talk about the realities of enrolling your child in daycare, gives daycare tips on what to look for in good daycares, gives daycare tips on how to transition your infant, toddler, or preschool into a daycare learning environment, and also provides a safe place for moms to talk about how they really feel about being a working mom, about balancing everything. You have found the right podcast. Be sure to follow the Daycare Mom Survival Guide on YouTube. New podcast episodes are uploaded weekly. Daycare is a transition, but it's a transition that you will love. It's a transition you are in control of. And it's a transition that will mark so many important milestones in your child's life. Your child's circle is not contracting. It is expanding. You're going to choose the right daycare for your child. Your child will learn, thrive, and grow. And you will be a happy mom, all because you took the time to research the best daycare. You took the time to really acknowledge your daycare anxiety, and you took the time to do something about it. You started not beating yourself up over your feelings. You started thinking about the daycare you wanted for your child. You started considering your financial budget. You started researching daycares in your area, multiple daycares. You started visiting all the daycares you research. You started looking at daycare with an open mind, through a new lens, and you started the process. So you are a great mom. You're a loving mom. Use these tips to reduce your daycare anxiety. As always, I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, mama, worried about choosing the right daycare for your little one? Well, you're not alone. Our Safe Daycare Checklist for Moms is your ultimate guide to making sure your child is happy, healthy, and safe, and enrolled in the best daycare in your city. This easy-to-use checklist covers key safety features every daycare should have, hygiene and cleanliness standards for every daycare facility, core staff qualifications and caregiver ratios, important learning curriculum guidelines to consider, emergency preparedness policies and plans for every daycare, and tips for spotting a daycare that's right for your child, that's age appropriate, that's developmentally appropriate, and that's just all around a good fit for your family. Every mom deserves daycare peace of mind. Download the $9 Safe Daycare Checklist. The link is in the bio.